If you thought Dollar Tree was only good for cheap snacks, gift bags, and random holiday stuff, this list is about to change the way you shop. Because right now Dollar Tree has some new products that feel almost unfair. I'm talking about items that solve real everyday problems, products that look way more expensive than they are, and one item on this list that can cost nearly 20 times more at other stores. That is not an exaggeration. And once you see what it is, you're going to understand why so many shoppers are grabbing extras before they disappear. The trick with Dollar Tree is that not everything is a great buy. Some items are smart, some are just filler, and some look useful until you compare the quality or the price somewhere else. But the products in this video are the ones that make you stop and think, why would I pay more anywhere else? These are the kinds of finds that budget shoppers love because they're practical, they save money, and they actually make life easier. So let's get right into it because the first item is one of those simple products that doesn't look exciting at first glance, but once you use it, you realize it's one of the best values in the entire store. Number 1 is the large print 7-day pill organizer. This is one of those products that instantly makes sense the second you see it. A lot of pill organizers have tiny lettering, flimsy lids, or compartments so small that they become annoying to use. But a large print version changes everything, especially if you or someone in your home struggles with small labels, poor lighting, or just doesn't want to squint first thing in the morning. The big selling point here is convenience. You can set up a full week of vitamins, daily medications, supplements, or even small travel items all at once. And because the print is larger and easier to read, it saves time and reduces those little mistakes that happen when people are rushed or tired. For older adults, this is especially helpful. For caregivers, it's useful. And even for younger shoppers, it makes taking supplements a lot less messy. What makes this such a strong Dollar Tree buy is that stores like Walgreens, CVS, and even grocery store pharmacies often charge way more for organizers that are not much better. In some places, a simple large print organizer can cost several dollars more, and that's before taxes. So when you find one at Dollar Tree, it feels like one of those no-brainer purchases. And this isn't even limited to pills. A lot of people use these for beads, earrings, tiny craft supplies, sewing items, or even to organize screws and nails in a drawer. So you're not just getting one use out of it. You're getting a small organizing tool that can help all over the house. That's exactly the kind of product budget shoppers should watch for. Number 2 is People's Choice Magnesium Support. This one is getting attention because it taps into something shoppers are constantly looking for now: affordable wellness products. Magnesium has become one of those supplements people talk about for sleep support, muscle comfort, stress relief, and general daily wellness. Whether every person needs it is a separate conversation, but what matters here is that people are already spending real money on products like this at pharmacies and big box stores. That's why seeing a magnesium support product at Dollar Tree catches people off guard. At other retailers, even basic magnesium supplements can easily cost several times more. And if the packaging looks polished or the label mentions extra support benefits, the price climbs fast. Some shoppers are used to paying so much for wellness products that they don't even question it anymore. Then they walk into Dollar Tree and see a version sitting right there for a fraction of the cost. Now this is where smart shopping matters. With supplements, you always want to check the ingredients, serving size, and expiration date. You also want to compare the amount you're actually getting so you know whether it's a true deal or just a smaller package. But even with that in mind, this is still one of those items that makes you realize how inflated some pharmacy pricing can be. For a lot of people, this becomes a try-it-first product. Instead of spending a big amount on a new supplement they're not even sure they'll stick with, they can test a more budget-friendly option. That lowers the risk of wasting money. And that's one of the biggest hidden benefits of stores like Dollar Tree. You can experiment without committing to the premium store price tag. Number 3 is the turmeric and ginger gummies. This is where the value really starts to get interesting because turmeric and ginger are two ingredients that immediately sound more premium. The second shoppers see those words together, they start thinking about joint support, inflammation support, digestion, and all the health claims that show up on much more expensive packaging in health food stores and pharmacies. That's why these gummies stand out. They feel like the kind of trendy wellness product you'd expect to see at a store charging triple, quadruple, or even more. And once again, that's exactly what creates the excitement. People love the idea of finding something that looks like a premium product without the premium price. Another reason shoppers go for these is ease of use. Gummies feel simpler than capsules for a lot of people, especially for anyone who hates swallowing pills. They're portable, they're approachable, and they feel less intimidating than a giant bottle of supplements with a long ingredient list. That makes them appealing even to casual shoppers who might normally skip the wellness aisle. And when a Dollar Tree item checks 3 boxes at once, useful, trendy, and cheap, it tends to move fast. That's why you'll often see people buying more than one bag. They know products like this don't always stay in stock, and once social media or word of mouth catches on, the good stuff can disappear quickly. But here's the bigger lesson. These first few products prove that some of the strongest Dollar Tree deals are not flashy decorations or novelty items. They're practical things people already buy somewhere else for way more money. And when you start noticing that pattern, the whole store looks different. You stop shopping by impulse and start shopping by comparison. Because the next items keep that same energy going, and one of them is a branded drink that many people are still paying too much for without even realizing it. Before we keep going, if you like smart shopping, hidden bargains, and knowing which products are actually worth your money, hit that like button and subscribe, because this is exactly the kind of stuff that helps you shop smarter and avoid wasting cash on overpriced everyday items. Now let's keep moving, because the next find is one of the easiest wins on this entire list. Number 4 is Simply Lemonade. Branded drinks are one of the most satisfying Dollar Tree finds because there's no mystery. You already know what the product is. You've seen it at grocery stores, convenience stores, maybe even at Target or Walmart, and you probably already know what it usually costs. That makes the value feel immediate. Simply Lemonade is the kind of product that feels small until you compare the shelf price somewhere else. Then suddenly it becomes one of those, "Why am I paying more?" moments. If it's the same recognizable brand and the same refreshing drink people already like, getting it cheaper feels like an instant win. And the usefulness here is obvious. It works for quick lunches, summer drinks, afternoon guests, picnics, or just keeping something cold in the fridge that feels a little better than plain water. Some shoppers even use it as a mixer base, pour it over ice for a more restaurant-style drink at home, or freeze it into pops for the kids. So it's not just a random grocery pickup. It's a flexible item people actually use. This is also a good reminder that Dollar Tree can be surprisingly strong with brand name overstock and drink deals. Not every beverage is a bargain, but when you recognize a brand and know the normal store price, that's when the savings become real. Number 5 is the rubber jar opener. This is one of those quiet little products that solves a problem almost everybody has dealt with. You've got a jar that refuses to open, your hands are wet, your grip is weak, or the lid just will not budge. And instead of struggling, banging the lid on the counter, or asking somebody else for help, this tiny tool does the job. What makes it so good is that it's simple. No batteries, no weird mechanism, no learning curve. You just use the rubber grip to get traction and open the lid more easily. For anyone with arthritis, hand pain, weaker grip strength, or even long nails, this can be a genuinely helpful household tool. And once again, it's the kind of product that other stores often mark up for no real reason. Similar kitchen assist gadgets can cost far more when they're packaged as specialty tools, accessibility products, or as seen on TV style helpers. At Dollar Tree, it's just sitting there like a basic item, which is exactly why it's such a smart buy. This also makes a great add-on product. A lot of shoppers throw one in the cart for themselves and grab a second one for a parent, grandparent, or neighbor. It's inexpensive, practical, and one of those little things people often don't realize they need until they have it. Number 6 is the slip-resistant shower mat. Now this is where practical value really shows up, because bathroom safety products can get expensive fast, especially when stores know shoppers are buying them out of necessity rather than impulse. A slip-resistant shower mat may not be glamorous, but it can be one of the most useful products in your home. Wet tubs and shower floors are risky, especially for older adults, people with mobility issues, or anybody living in a house with kids. A simple mat adds traction, helps reduce slipping, and makes the shower feel more stable. That's a real benefit, not just a convenience. And when you compare that to what similar mats cost at big retailers, the savings stand out fast. Some versions elsewhere are priced high just because they have a slightly nicer label, a trendy color, or spa branding. But if the Dollar Tree version does the core job well, that's the kind of value budget shoppers care about. The smart move here is to inspect it before buying. Check the size, the surface texture, and the suction cups or grip pattern underneath if it has them. And once you bring it home, keeping it clean matters. Rinse it, let it dry properly, and don't let soap buildup turn it into the very thing it's supposed to prevent. Used the right way though, this is a low-cost buy with high everyday value. Number 7 is the clear rotating turntable, also known as a Lazy Susan. This is one of those finds that makes people feel like they just got away with something. Because clear rotating turntables are everywhere right now in home organization videos, pantry makeovers, bathroom storage posts, and kitchen reset clips. The second a product becomes trendy in the organization world, the price usually jumps. That's just how it goes. So when Dollar Tree puts out a clear rotating turntable, shoppers notice immediately. The reason people love these is simple: they make clutter easier to manage. You can use them in the fridge for sauces, in the pantry for spices, under the bathroom sink for skin care, in a cabinet for medicine bottles, or even on a vanity for perfumes and hair products. Instead of digging through a crowded shelf, you just spin and grab what you need. That clear design matters too. It gives the product a cleaner, more modern look. It feels less like a bargain bin organizer and more like something you'd see at a home store charging several times as much. That visual upgrade alone makes it feel premium. This is also one of the best examples of why Dollar Tree works so well for organization. Buying storage products at full retail can get expensive surprisingly fast. A few bins here, a couple of trays there, one fancy turntable, and suddenly you've spent more organizing your stuff than the stuff was worth. Dollar Tree lets you test systems cheaply. You can organize a pantry, bathroom, or craft area without blowing your whole budget. And that's what separates a good cheap product from a great one. A great one doesn't just save you money at the register. It helps you use your home better after you bring it home. Number 8 is the plastic flip-top water bottle. This is another item that proves you do not always need the expensive version to get the function you want. Reusable water bottles have turned into one of the most overhyped product categories out there. Some people are paying serious money for trendy bottles because of the brand name, the color drop, or the social media craze around them. Meanwhile, a lot of shoppers just want something simple that holds water, doesn't leak everywhere, and is easy to carry. That's exactly why the flip-top bottle stands out. The flip-top design makes it convenient for everyday use. It's easy to open, easy to sip from, and better for quick use than bottles with awkward caps you have to unscrew and keep track of. For errands, work, the car, short walks, or keeping at a desk, this kind of bottle does the job without trying to be a status symbol. And if you've ever spent good money on a reusable bottle only to lose it, crack it, or leave it behind somewhere, then you already know why a lower cost option can actually be the smarter choice. Not every situation calls for a premium bottle. Sometimes you just need one that's lightweight, practical, and affordable enough that replacing it won't ruin your day. Parents also notice products like this because they work well for school lunches, sports bags, and travel. If a kid loses a trendy, expensive bottle, that's frustrating. If a budget-friendly flip-top bottle disappears, it's annoying, but it's not a financial event. Number 9 is the solar-powered mushroom stake lights. This is one of the most fun products on the list because it combines decoration with function, and it does it at a price point that makes impulse buyers feel like they scored. Outdoor lighting can get expensive fast, especially once you walk into a garden center or home improvement store. Suddenly a few decorative stake lights cost enough to make you put them right back on the shelf. That's why these little mushroom lights are such a strong Dollar Tree find. First, they're visually appealing. They add a playful look to a garden bed, walkway, planter, or small yard space. During the day they work as decoration. At night, they give off that soft solar glow that makes outdoor spaces feel a little more finished and a little more inviting. Second, they're easy. People love solar products because there's no wiring, no outlet, and no complicated setup. You stick them into the ground where they'll get sunlight, and that's basically it. For shoppers who want a quick outdoor upgrade without spending real landscaping money, that ease matters. And this is exactly the kind of product people regret not buying when they first see it. Seasonal or decorative items at Dollar Tree can vanish quickly, especially when they're cute, functional, and cheap enough to buy in multiples. One light looks nice. A group of them can make a little path or flower bed look surprisingly put together. Of course, smart shoppers know not to expect luxury performance from discount solar lights. Brightness may vary. Runtime may vary. But for the price, the decorative value alone can make them worth it. And when something gives you charm, atmosphere, and simple setup for a fraction of what outdoor decor usually costs, that's a win. Number 10 is the Hallmark greeting cards. And this is the one that really makes people do a double take because greeting cards are one of the most marked up items in retail. Almost everybody has had that moment where they walk into a pharmacy or grocery store for one simple card, pick one up, flip it over, and immediately think, there is no way this should cost that much. That's what makes genuine Hallmark cards at Dollar Tree such a powerful deal. You're not talking about a generic card with awkward wording and a blurry design. You're talking about a recognizable brand that people already associate with quality cards, thoughtful messages, and nicer presentation. And when that same kind of card is available for a tiny fraction of what shoppers often pay elsewhere, the savings add up fast. This is especially true around birthdays, graduations, baby showers, holidays, anniversaries, and thank you occasions. If you keep a small stash of cards at home, you avoid those last-minute emergency trips where you end up overpaying because you need something immediately. And for families who buy cards often, the difference over time is huge. This is also where that nearly 20 times more feeling really hits. Because at some stores, premium greeting cards have gotten shockingly expensive. So finding Hallmark at Dollar Tree feels like beating the system a little. It's one of those deals that makes you wonder how long it can possibly last. And that brings us to the bigger point behind this entire list. Knowing the best Dollar Tree products is only half the game. The other half is knowing how to shop without letting low prices trick you into spending more than you planned. Because even when the deals are real, impulse buying is still impulse buying. That's how people walk in for toothpaste and leave with 20 random items they never intended to buy. So the smartest way to shop these deals is with a plan. Go in with a list. Know what categories you're watching for. Compare sizes and quantities when it matters. If you use barcode scanning apps or store comparison apps, use them. They can help you catch when something is genuinely a bargain and when it just looks like one because the package is small or the branding is clever. That's the real secret. Smart shopping is not about buying the cheapest thing in the building. It's about buying the highest value thing for the money. And these 10 products stand out because they solve real problems, offer strong usefulness, or deliver a name brand or premium style experience without the normal retail markup. So if you spot the large print pill organizer, the magnesium support, the turmeric and ginger gummies, the Simply Lemonade, the rubber jar opener, the slip-resistant shower mat, the clear rotating turntable, the flip-top water bottle, the solar mushroom lights, or those Hallmark cards, don't just walk past them. Those are the kinds of Dollar Tree finds that make budget shoppers feel like they actually beat the store at its own game. And in a world where everyday prices keep creeping up, that kind of win matters.